you guys, that my wedding day, oh my mad gone. No, as in, the thing is, I never really understood why people would even have reasons to cry on their wedding day. Like, what's the tears about? But guy, after you go through all of this,
and you now finally find the one, Omo, hey, oh God.
Abi did not cry. You see, if the husband did not cry, go, I'm not doing it again. I will go back to my father's house. That wedding day. What's up? Welcome back to my let me give you guys a shout welcome. Hey Arenians, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to ARIKE'S Arena. If you're new here, please like the video, subscribe, go down below, leave a comment with the hashtag new so we can welcome you the ARIKE way. And if you're a returning subscriber, you all know I got much love for you. This channel is our own now. You know how we do. Breathe. You guys, I am really excited today. Well, it's not because there's anything exciting happening. Like, this is not a happy something like I broke up, but I am excited because this is like the realest thing I have ever done. Like, maybe on this channel, maybe generally. Like, so talking about this breakup is like, reality is dawning on me that, you know, I actually broke up. Oh well, you guys said you wanted the gist, so I am here today. First off, I am going to be...
Oh, sorry. Wait, if you're actually a new subscriber, so you just met us in the middle of a series. I started last week, so it's supposed to be a 3-part thing. Last week was the introduction. Today is the full gist. Then next week is when I, get my friends to come on the show and we talk about breakups, what they're like, how you get through it, what it felt like, what were the reasons for their breakups and things like that. So yes, so today I'm supposed to give the full gist and it is very long because what you guys requested for was how we met, what we were like, and then how we broke up. So
it's going to be a very long story here. So the likelihood that I'm going to get distracted because there's going to be side gist here and there is there. And then I'm also going to be trying to rush because I really do not want the videos to be long. Like, I don't like long videos, and I really I fear this one is going to be very long. That's number one. Then number two, so in the comment section last week, okay, I know I always say that you guys, thank you so much for your comments. It means the world to me, kiniko. But you see, last week, apparently I actually really needed the comments and I didn't even realize it.
It was different, and you guys you came through, because I was feeling so if you don't know me, for those who know me, my relationship was quite, I don't know, the way somebody described it, she was like, it was the ultimate, God when. Do you get? So when it eventually ended, I really did feel like I'd, broken the heart of a lot of people. So it wasn't really just about me anymore. So when I was even going to make the video, I was like, I'm not sure how people will react and all of that. But you guys in the comment section, you were simply just amazing. And meanwhile, because I saw a lot of, you are inspiring, you are strong and blah, blah, blah going around. I don't want anybody to be deceived that this has been easy. It has not been easy, not even in the least. Do you get? But like I said last week, having friends to talk to, I have really amazing friends. That has been a major factor as to why this has been a little easier than usual. Then also, like I said last week, opening up to you guys also helped me, heal. It was, I don't know, but you guys have just been very amazing. I just wanted to put this out here that it's not been easy. I've been crying, as in you get, hey, if you know me well, I'm a big crybaby. I cry a lot. So this period, I've cried like there's no tomorrow. So just so that nobody, because Ejiro came in the comment section. That's one of my friends. He came in the comment section and was telling them that you guys, it's a pillow that will suffer it. And true, my pillow has been suffering a lot of, cry and a lot of wetness lately. But thanks to God, I'm much better now. So on to the gist. Okay, talking about comments, I'm just going to take the comments of the week because there'll be no weekspiration today. Our weekspiration is whatever lessons you can learn from the story I'm sharing. But yeah, there'll be no proper weekspiration. But let's take our comments of the week. Okay, so the comments of the week. The first one is from Oluwadamilola Idowu. I wanted to be the first to view. Cry face. I'm really sorry. Don't worry. Other chances will come. Behold, the happiest heartbroken girl that ever existed. I just went through a breakup myself, and to be honest, you are such an inspiration. I'm learning to be grateful for the little things. Oh, I'm really humbled, honestly. Then the second one is from Arasonwa Joy. Can somebody please be like Arike? Laugh, laugh. After breakup, madam be looking so fine and full of energy. If I know hail you, waiting again. Cause I've been through it and I know how it feels. I too love you, Joe. Vibes. Thank you so much. Honestly, you guys, it is this thing has not been easy. We just thank God for grace, really. Then another one is from Espresso Hub. Who glows like this after a breakup though? I'm glad I found your channel, girl. I stand and restand. Thank you. You guys are the reason I'm here. Boo. Then which other one do we have here? Okay, then the second to the last one is from Moi. Arike with the vibes. Laugh, laugh, laugh. Love how you keep your head up even when there are reasons to be down. Omo, na spec you be. Rose, love. Thank you so much, boo. And then the last one is from Ogonle Loveth. Okay, I mean, I don't even know what to type here. Like you just had a breakup and you're still this full of good energy. You're a big inspiration, 100% every time. You guys, honestly, I feel so like I'm blushing on the inside, because if I were to blush outside, like legit, you guys won't take it. Honestly, thank you so much for this comment. It really lifted my soul. Like, I am not even joking. It really did, So you guys, thank you so much. So now, okay, so let's move to the cocoa of why we're here today, the gist that you guys have been asking for. So actually, we have had quite, like, it's been 3 years, and like we have almost a lifetime full of experiences and stuff that I want to gist you guys about, which is why I said this is really going to be long, but I'm going to try. So where did it all start? It started like we had a Z World kind of meeting. Is it Bollywood people that do Z World? Yeah, maybe Bollywood. Anyway, shout out those Indians, very slow, book drops, that kind of thing. That was the kind of meeting we had actually. So I went to get my project papers at the printers, I think, and then it was there. Then my project papers fell, and he bent down to help me pick it. That kind, all of that kind of drama now. Meanwhile, I'd already noticed him prior to that, because like he was speaking to his friends and his English was pretty clean. Now for me, that is such a weak point for me. Like before I even start reasoning, is he a Christian? Is he sensitive? Is he caring? Is he spontaneous? Is he romantic? Is he kiniko? Like when you speak good English, that just gets to me. So I'd already noticed that. I'm like, oh well, good English, moving on. And then after the papers fell, it was like, hey, sorry about that. Kiniko, can I help with anything? I was like, oh well, I'm fine. As my boss lady where I've been, I don't need your help. Thank you very much. So after that, he was speaking Yoruba to the woman, like the woman who had the photocopy shop, and I was speaking to her too. So it seemed like, so you can speak English, you can speak Yoruba, come on, And well, as he later told me, he too had noticed the fact that, I was speaking good English and I was also speaking good Yoruba, which was also a thing for him, so to say. But anyways, fast forward, we exchanged numbers. The way we exchange numbers is another gist on its own, because the proud boy could not even ask for my number like a normal human being. He wrote his number in the paper and then gave it to me, and I'm like, was doing this one, even though, to be honest, confidence in a guy is very attractive for me. I made an episode about this one time like that. Like, I like when a guy is confident, so it means like he really did think that I would call him back. He was confident enough to be able to trust that I was going to call him back, which I really didn't plan to. So after he gave me the paper, I just put it and dropped it on the table. So after he left, that's how the woman who owned the photocopy shop, that's how she started. Omo dada ni broda yin o. He's such a nice boy. He's a gentleman. Kiniko. I don't know, ask her question. In fact, I think I should actually go and see her and go and tell her that your auntie, you have put me inside trouble. If it's not you that spoke to me that day, this relationship probably not even have happened, because we used to say, like while we're dating, that if we eventually got married, we're actually going to go and give her special invitation as per, excuse me ma, this couldn't have happened without you, thank you very much, So anyway, she spoke to me that day, and in my mind I'm like, okay, this might just be a spec, even though I wasn't ready for a relationship at the time. So I buried my pride and went to take the paper I pulled back, you get. So fast forward, we had a first date that first date, I yabbed him throughout the period of our relationship, because that our first date, he made a lot of rookie mistakes. Like, you're going on a first date with a girl, you brought your friends, like they were sitting right behind us so they could like listen in on our conversation. And then by the time we even got out, there were like 6 other of his friends. I actually even just said my clique about the story, and they laughed so hard. Well, they know him and he knows them. Like everybody in my circle basically knows this person. So yeah, so moving on. So we had the first date, and then another thing that I did wrong on that first date, he legit told me the entire story of his life. You guys, I think I'm going to like make a list of lessons I learned, from this old relationship and breakup thing, and maybe in one episode. But don't do that on the first date. Like the person just really wants to get to know you. Don't, dump your entire life history on them and all of that, because like he had a rough childhood, so he told me all about that and everything like that. But anyways, then another thing too, when you go on a date, like, okay, if like me, you're the kind of girl that would, like a boss lady, will not go out on a date without taking enough money to cater for herself in case anything happens, blah, blah, blah. If it was the guy that asked you on a date, courtesy demands that he would at least ask you, oh, what are you going to eat, blah, blah, blah. And even if you're like, oh, don't worry, I'm fine, you should at least insist. Oh, God did not insist, though. That day I was hungry, Okay, but anyways, moving on. So we got talking, and about a month after, because we met around January, February, that was when I was working on my project. And then about April, 3rd of April, then we met, and then he asked me a really like shocking question. It was like, are you going to spend the rest of, like, after we had talked for a while, it was like, are you going to spend the rest of your life with me or something like that? Almost like a proposal. And, if you know me, you know that I'm not the type that, I believe in the God is going to pick one person for you and tell you this is the person you're going to get married to, blah, blah, blah. I actually believe that the same way for our earthly fathers, you would find somebody you like, you take it to them like, oh, are you okay with this person? That kind of thing. It's the same way, God works with us most times. But that wasn't what happened for us, Like, first he had his own conviction. But my own conviction came at the moment when he asked that question. Like, I wanted to say no because I really didn't know him. Like, why am I going to be promising you the rest of my life? But, I'd never felt anything so strongly. I could hear it in my spirit, like, this is it. Like, I wanted to say no so bad, but I just couldn't. I knew it. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I was so certain that I knew what I was hearing. So yes, I said yes. And God knows that at that point, I wasn't invested in the relationship. I didn't really like him like that. So then, unluckily for us, I went for my service year. I went for camp in Borno, went for a service in Calabar. So the entire year was just, I wasn't with him, but I think he was with me. And I think that was the time he won my love or something like that. You get he stuck through the entire 1 year. He was just waiting, basically. And then when I got back, we got talking and we picked it up from there, basically. And so the actual dating started. And well, it was beautiful. Like, we started really nicely, even though we never really had the honeymoon period, because we basically, like, the relationship started long distance up until the moment where we broke up. So, and then that's the point I want to make. I think a lot of couples don't regard, like, long distance is a real thing. Like, I think half of what happened to us was actually about long distance. But we always felt like, we're good together, we love each other, we're going to work through it. Long distance can't do anything to us. Like, because me, I'm the mushy type, like, I was actually bothered about it. So sometimes I will start the conversation like, how exactly are we supposed to survive this, staying cities apart and all of that. And he's always like, forget, we're going to be all right, kiniko. And well, I think it was draining us bit by bit, but we didn't know, you get. But anyways, for a long time, our relationship was fine. First year, it was great, you get. And then second year, it seemed like, we were gradually losing parts of us. Now, when we started out, it was really sensitive. Like, I think that had to be one of the things I found most attractive about him. It was really sensitive to me. Like, if anything shifted, like if a pimple shifted from here to here, he would notice, jigget. And he really cared about me. Like, it was obvious. It wasn't something that needed to be said. Now, okay, I'm a big crybaby, like I said earlier. So when we're having conversations and maybe for some reason, I feel hurt and I start crying, he's always so pained about it. Like, babe, stop crying. I can't stand it. Kiniko. But like I said, gradually we were losing parts of us. So you see that romantic, babe, now stop crying. I can't stand it. Kiniko. started shifting to, see, should I call you back? I can't stand you crying. Should I just call back? So it was as if it was going from the romantic, oh, I can't stand you crying, to, when Nima Fejo Pami, which is all this your crying self. Do you get? But anyways, that's just like, when I say the long distance was draining us, it was really about the little things, that were changing. And we never really did pay attention to it, yeah? So I think when the real issue started was when we realized that it seemed like we were only good together when we were together. Do you get? Like, so when we're together, yeah, like if you see us, hey God, you want to fall on your knees and be like, God, when now? Do you get? But when we're apart, there's usually a lot of arguments and all of that. It's not anybody's fault. Like, we're just always clashing. Do you get? And we, like that time, I was really bothered about it, and I would have conversations with him and he'd be like, no, calm down. It's just a phase. Kiniko, it's not a big deal, blah, blah, blah. Like, so if we did not see for like a week or two, do you get? Like in the middle of the week, we'd have a lot of these petty arguments here and there. But then on Saturday or Sunday when we see, we're just so amazing. Which is why I tell people that don't ever go by what you see on social media. Like, for instance, when we're fighting, I'm not going to take a camera and be like, yo, we're fighting, is angry with me about something I said, so we're fighting right now. I'm not going to do that. It's when we're good together and we're so sweet and all of that and cozy, is when I'm going to take pictures and you see online and you be like, oh God, when, and all of that. So yes, so our relationship had gotten to that point where we started having a lot of, these petty arguments and thereabout. And at that point, in fact, I had a lot of points where I was like, see, I think we should just take a break. And it was always like, no, we're not taking a break. I know what break does to people. Like, a break is usually a recipe for a breakup, kiniko. I was really so terrified of the idea of breaking up, so to say. And then, so that was our relationship, basically. Like, I think in the last year, you get. And we didn't even realize it was such a big deal. Like, we thought it was something we're going to walk through. We thought it was just a phase. Until, like, this was around November. He just called me and it was like, I know the way I've always been asking for, a break and all of that. He thinks this is the right time to take the break. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? This is somebody that for like years now, for like 2 years now, I've asked you for a break and you're always like, no, we can't take a break. Is it possible? Kiniko. And now you're calling me and telling me that, you think we should have a break. I'm like, should I be worried? And then it's like, okay, so we're good. Like, it's nothing. It just thinks we should, take time out to reflect, blah, blah. I'm like, what's this Oga saying? I actually thought he was joking. So I just gave him time. But then, because I thought it was one of those our 24 hours fight and all of that. And then 6 days, I heard nothing. I'm like, So I should have called him. I'm like, so you're actually serious about this? He was like, well, that he doesn't want me to take it as anything major. He just really wants us to, think about some things, blah, 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 blah. He really doesn't want us to keep up with the arguments and stuff like that. And he thinks that if we take a break, it'll be good for us. Kiniko. Okay. And that continued for a while. Well, I held on to the conviction that I knew that he was the one. You get that kind of thing. So I kept calling. And with every conversation we had, he managed to say something that hurt me even more. You get? And every time he's like, I didn't mean it like that. So I'm like, how come you are managing to say the wrong things? Like, you're just managing to hurt me without meaning it every single time. Now, that continued for about a month or two, like, November, December, all of this was going on. And like I said, I think it was that period I understood why they used to say, check up on your happy friends. Because guess what? In that period, like, I was crying every night. But I was still, I was still vlogging. I was still the noisiest person in my class and all of that. Like, there was just no big deal. My life was going on. And worst part was I was preparing for my first major exams in school. Like, if you're a new subscriber, I just got back into med school, blah, blah, blah. So I was having my first set of exams when all of this was happening. So it was really crazy. I was crying every night. I was hardly getting myself to read. But I was still vlogging. I was still the happy-go-lucky girl everybody knew and all of that. So then fast forward to first of this year, we had a very long conversation, a detailed conversation. And at the end of that conversation, it was like we both knew that, it was over. Like, okay, I had finally come to the acceptance that I didn't want to do it anymore. Like, it was over. Like, I had finally realized that, okay, even if we did find a way to patch it up right now, it just might not work later on. Like, at that point, I had been too hurt. My trust had been broken and all of that. So I just said, you know what? It's fine. We're good. So I called my brother. I was crying so profusely. He'd broke up with me. Temi broke, because our families knew each other. Like, everybody knew, and all of that. So I was like, Temi broke up with me, kiniko. My brother-in-law was like, calm down. See, first off, anybody will be lucky to have you. You're a speck on every ground. Kiniko. If a guy loses you, it's his loss, not yours. You should have said all the words to make my head swell and everything like that. But it was also that period I realized that, see, I think it now made sense to me why they say motivational speakers are just always, jumbling words together. Because, like, even when you're saying all the words that make sense, you see, when emotions are involved, it just doesn't work like that. Like you can be making all the sense, but the person is not getting it because of everything they're feeling. And they're like, no, you don't feel what I'm feeling, Jigga. So that was what I was going through. But I spoke with my brother, I spoke with my sister, blah, blah, blah. And meanwhile, in this period, his mom was calling me. I was still in contact with his sister. I was actually pretty close with the family. In fact, I even made a vlog with his sister. I'll probably put the link up here. So, then about a while after that, like after I'd accepted the whole breakup thing, I'd cried. And then he reached out to me, like in a grand style. Like, so we got talking, we had a very long conversation. And he was like, he didn't want us to just end things like this. This wasn't the plan when he started the whole, let's take a break. He didn't want things to end, blah, 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 blah. But I think at that point, I couldn't get back with him because I felt like I had been betrayed. Like, there were things he had said to me, things he had done that I really did not even believe in my wildest dreams that he could do or say. Do you get? Now, this is not a men has come story. I don't know why people think that every time a breakup happens, it has to be ugly, you have to be enemies and all of that. I don't think that always has to happen, yeah. Like, I truly do believe he's a good guy. A lot of things are just changed with him, and, changes happen. People change, basically. Like I tell people, like, nothing is assured. Like, especially when people used to tell me that, because, when they see me with a sister or something like that, you don't marry now, kiniko. I'm like, see, guys, forget that, the family doesn't, assure anything, basically. So, yeah, that was how it happened. And between that time until now, like between mid-January, when we had that long conversation that, where I was like, see, I don't think I really want us to retry this, because I feel like even if we're able to patch it up now, it won't last for long. So, yeah. And then I couldn't really trust him again. Do you get? Because now, there are some of us that we don't know how to do self-love. If I love you, my entire world will know. Like, I know I have friends that were like, you're loving this guy too much. Kiniko. Although it was both ways, they wouldn't know because they were my circle. But I'm just saying that if I fall in love again today, I will do it the same way. I will love the person with my entire soul and everything. My entire world is going to know that, yes, I'm in love with this person, because some of us are just like that, you get. But I don't think after everything that happened, I could still get myself to love him like that wholly. So which was why I said, let's just take a break with this whole thing and just, go our ways and all of that. So yes, that was how the breakup happened. But honestly, it's been really tough because it was like we had a lifetime together. Like there's so many things to remind me of him. Do you get? I don't know if it's on both sides, but we had a playlist, we had a YouTube playlist of songs, and we had tons of songs that, hold some sort of memory or the other. We have an entire album of pictures, like almost 1,000 pictures on my phone. And then, then we also had friends, like, cause my friends are always asking about it. That it was actually even one of the reasons why I had to come out with all of this. The relationship has ended. Can everybody be notified, please? Enough of this. Onitemi this, uncle this. Like, maybe I'll post a picture and somebody will be like, uncle get eyes, shao. Onitemi get eyes, because that's what I used to call him, and that's what my friends called him too. Do you get? Like, so, and meanwhile, somebody like me, like I said, I don't know how to love halfway. If I love you, my entire circle is going to know. So even though these things have happened, I don't regret it. I have no regrets whatsoever. And I think that's one thing I'm grateful for. The fact that I look back and I can say that I actually did give my everything to the relationship. I was the best woman I could have been for him and all of that. So yeah, basically, I think it's just one of those things that happen, really. I'm all right, man. Go breakfast. Love is going to happen again, and I'm going to tension you people again. Because yeah, so I mean, Tuesday, Sha. Because just yesterday I was talking to a friend and I was like, but I don't get it though. Like, how could we have been that perfect, that's amazing together, and somehow we still couldn't end up together? Like, how is it possible? But see, these things, only God knows best at the end of the day. So, but yeah, I guess that's everything, fingers crossed, looking forward to the future. Let's see what the future holds. And I know this is going to be really long, and I'm sorry, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. So yeah, next week is going to be really exciting because I'm going to have friends and we're going to talk about this whole breakup thing. Like, I want to hear other people's breakup stories because a lot of people have been in my DMs talking about their stories. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get all of those people, on the episode with me, but at least I'll get a few friends and we'll talk about these things. And yeah, you guys look forward to that. But until then, you guys know I love you plenty. Like I always say, stay safe, take life easy, life na jeje. No let car jam me so you go feed day here next week. I don't want to be here alone. And until next week, I love you plenty. Mwah.